Hey, let's fill a cake together. So I've had a request to do some more decorating content for people who are starting to work on cakes and such. So I thought I would take you along on this one. So this is my coconut cake. This is going to be a coconut cake filled with pineapple preserve, so very pina colada, with a cream cheese icing. So I have my first layer of cake down, and I'm going to put a little bit of simple syrup on it. I don't always put simple syrup on my layers. Some cakes I do, some I don't. It depends on the flavor and what I'm filling it with. But a simple syrup just keeps things nice and moist, though these cakes were just baked this morning and it's being picked up tomorrow. I don't know. I sometimes feel like when I put fresh coconut in it, it can absorb things over time, so like to do that. This is just a 6-inch. I leveled it off so it's nice and flat. Okay, so we're filling this one, which means we're gonna create a little dam of icing. You can do this with whatever icing you're using. Mine today is cream cheese. I just put it into a piping bag, cut the tip off, and then I leave a little bit of space on the outside of the cake. So when you like level things, I don't want to say smush things down, but when you give it a push down, it doesn't all come out the sides, although that would be okay, it's just icing. And now we're going to fill it with pineapple preserves, which I also made this morning, so here it is. I would say for me, the key is to not overfill it or underfill it. I want there to be a good amount of filling so that when you slice it, you get filling. But if you overfill it or don't do the dam properly, it is going to be spilling out the sides as you're trying to frost it. And that, my friends, is a nightmare. I have been there. So make sure that you have a nice layer in here. And then I am going to put my next cake layer on top. All have been leveled, right? And I'm just gonna give it a little wiggle and smoosh. So this has a coconut emulsion in it, as well as fresh coconut flakes. So you get that coconut flavor all throughout, but it's not, in my opinion, if you just use like an extract, it can taste really fake. We're going to repeat this process, friends. So we're making our dam. And I do crumb coats. Some people don't, that's up to you. A crumb coat is literally just a thin layer of icing that seals in all the crumbs from the cake. You pop it in the fridge, let it set, bring it back out, and then put your final coat of icing on it. All right, ooh, I almost forgot filling in this level. More of our gorgeous pineapple. I did a lot of pina colada cakes and such for Easter, and I'll be doing some pina colada cake jars, cupcake jars, for the case for Mother's Day this weekend. Okay, nice and full. Now our final layer, because this one's 3 layers, I have already leveled off, but I flip it over so that I have the flattest surface on the top, the wiggle and smoosh, and now you're ready to do your crumb coat. So I just take the rest of what's in my bag, and you're just going to fill it in, use an offset spatula to smooth it out, and then it'll be ready for the fridge to set. Here it is, all crumb coated and ready to go in the fridge. Something I wanted to say, if you're going much taller than this, or your filling is very loose, what you might want to do is put some supports in this, even though this is a single tier. Putting some supports in will help stop it from slipping and sliding as you're trying to ice it. So just get like smoothie straws, or sometimes they're called bubble straws, and put in a couple of those. Leave them until you have your final coat of icing almost finished, and then snip them right at the top, ice over them, and it's perfect. But that gives it a little bit more stability. If you have a looser filling or you want to continue to go higher, that helps you to continue to support it. Okay, our cake has been chilled, and I put the final layer of icing on. What I like to do is put on more than I'll need, top and all, and then go around and smooth it. So you can find smoothers at craft stores, Walmart, and just even pressure. But honestly, this part just takes a little practice, that's all. And if you see air gaps like that, don't worry, we can fix that. You can always add a little bit more buttercream there, or as you continue to smooth it, the pressure sometimes just pushes those out. And then just keep going around, smoothing it out until you're pleased with it. Then I like to smooth the top, do the sides again, and level everything off. All right, so other things I do, remember that your cake board is part of your presentation. So you want to make sure that it's nice and clean, especially the boards I use are gold, unless it's like a wedding or something. So you want to make sure that they are nice and shiny. And then for this one, because there was no specific like occasion, they didn't want it decorated any certain way or didn't have to say anything, I am going to do a rope of cream cheese icing on top, sprinkle it with coconut, and add some pineapple preserves. So I have icing here with a 1M piping tip. You can do lots of different tips. And a rope is just, you're just gonna swirl it all the way around. And remember with this video, these are just the things I do. They're things I have found over time that work best for me, or that are easiest for this type of cake, or what have you. Doesn't mean that this is what you have to do. It just means that this is what I do. Maybe some of these methods work for you. So there she is. Let's get some coconut. This is a sweetened coconut flake. Just and do a little bit of that on the like rope border. And then put some pineapple preserves in the center. I also feel like not only is it pretty, but it's nice to have an indication of what the cake flavor is when, you know, possible. Plus then you get extra filling and stuff. Yes. You didn't pay for a cake with a little bit of filling. You paid for cake and filling. So I'll give you a look at this from my angle now. And there is the finished cake. This is a 3-layer 6-inch cake. Coconut, pineapple, cream cheese icing, pina colada. Yum!